We first met planning the Young Democrats, or excuse me, Nebraska Young Democrats convention at Creighton's campus, and we had briefly seen each other at an after party the previous October, but we didn't really converse or anything. But we were on the planning committee together, and then Bree found out that I was a freshman and she had graduated from college already, so she was like, nope. And the first thing that I said to Bree was probably just random discussion of the Young Democrats convention. When I first met her, for some reason I thought she was already engaged. I don't know why. I was not smart enough to go check her hands. But the closing line that I had with Bree, and this was after lots of drinking, was that I find women in power attractive. So that's the first line of consequence I think I told her. There are a lot of habits of mine that irritate Bree. I will say that I'm ready to go when we're going somewhere, and then I'll have like some little things like putting my belt on or tying my shoes that I don't have completed yet, and that annoys her. What else? I often, when drinking beer, will switch glasses to get the like trendy glassware to line up with the correct type of beer. So the next morning I'll have like 6 different cups just scattered across our coffee table, and she doesn't like that. I often leave my socks out, and she doesn't like that. What else? I think those will be that'll be the top. But, yeah. Bree is a better driver than me, but she has had more car accidents, and I think I'm generally a faster driver. Get there quicker. This is the second time recording this, because we recorded another one, but I took a mulligan. I said it was Shiner Bock, but it's actually the old recipe of Shiner Holiday Cheer they don't make anymore. When Bree and I go out on a weekend, it usually takes it usually takes Bree longer to get ready, but if we're getting ready for work, it takes me like 4 times longer than her, and since we carpool, we get ready at the same time. Bree and I don't know if we have a song. I've always associated our relationship with the SNL Lonely Island song Boombox, because that was playing the morning after the first time I had slept over at her apartment, and we watched that video together. Yeah, I don't know, but she's probably gonna say something else. Our favorite activity together as a couple is carpooling to work. Now, let's see. We both like. We're gonna sound like such losers. We both like talking about current events, which probably makes us sound insufferable. We like going to happy hours together. We really enjoy traveling together. I'm doing a laundry list because I don't think we're gonna get the same answer. I feel like I'm missing out on something. I don't know. We just enjoy like talking with each other, even though that made it look like we're fighting. But well, I like her boobs and ass, but no, I should say her face. That would have been more genuine, or like a better thing to say from a room full of her friends and family. I mean, my mom's watching, so like her boobs. Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. My most embarrassing habit that I have uh, it's one that's increased as we've been dating longer. Sometimes if I'm in a different room, I'll like fart. But now that we have wood floors, they'll often ripple through the house a little bit, and then Brie will hear it. I went to Bree's house and we watched, or her apartment, and we watched West Wing and How I Met Your Mother, and then we rewatched Saturday Night Live. So there was that. I don't know if there was a first moment where I realized that I was in love with Bree, because I think that as you know, Bree and I have been dating for 6 years now, and I think that kind of love that you feel for someone happens on different levels. And what I thought was like love towards her in college might have been more of an infatuation, but I think as you kind of move into the real world, the way that you and another person are depending on each other is different. I don't know if it was any one moment as much as kind of a slow fade into. Slow fade makes it sound like it wasn't great, but just kind of different levels of kind of fading into love. The first time I told Brie that I loved her, it was way too early. I do remember that. I can't remember exactly when I said it. I know that she got reciprocated. Zeus. But I think it was right after 4 months into our relationship, which is way too early. But yeah. Eventually she reciprocated it as well. So. Well, let me take a break from cleaning the bar for that answer. When I leave the house, usually I assume that Bree just reads a book. She perpetually rereads all 7 Harry Potters in a loop. So I think that she usually does that. Or also sometimes she cleans because she finds it therapeutic. Between Bree and I, who won a dance contest? Probably Bree, but that's because I'm so bad at dancing. Although I really enjoy dancing at weddings. And I think this endears me to Bree, because when she was in high school, at her prom, her boyfriend wouldn't dance at all. Like, he's just like, when everyone else was dancing. So I think that's a tendency of mine that Bree likes. The quality of Bree that I'm most attracted to that is non-physical is probably her intelligence and general overall competence. I want to say it's... I often wonder why Bree is marrying me, because I think it's I think I'm, outkicking my coverage here, but I think she thinks I'm compassionate, but she might be wrong about that. I don't know. So. My dream car is a Porsche 911, but my dream car as a child was a BMW Z3, which is now depreciated enough that anyone can own one. My dream vacation would probably be probably going back to Southeast Asia. Bree's dream vacation as a child was Morocco. Bree and I will have 2 kids. We would probably like to split genders, but the Hooperts are really male heavy on their sperm, so we'll probably have two boys. I would probably buy myself a Porsche 911. Bree and I have had this conversation a lot during road trips because it passes the time. I might also buy the Carolina Hurricanes hockey team and move them back to Quebec City, to be Quebec Nordiques again. But a weak Canadian dollar might ruin that. So who knows? In 5 years, I see Bree and I. Well, I think we'll still be in this house. Let's see, I think we'll have a somewhat similar life. We've discussed having kids, so that might 5 years we might get around to that. Probably closer to 5 than tail into that if we do that. Oh no, Zeus! Yeah, so I think our lives will be relatively similar. Yeah, we both like our careers. We'll probably consider having kids. If we want to be a daughter, it will turn out to be a boy, like we talked about previously. So yeah. The first time I knew I wanted to marry Bree, it always was kind of in the back of my mind after we started dating, just because she seemed like someone who was pretty dependable and someone who's just kind of always, this is really cliche, but kind of just like a rock and stable and doesn't really create much drama in either of our lives. And I just always really enjoyed being around her. So there wasn't any one moment. Although, much like when I deployed love way too early in our relationship, I think I casually mentioned it to her once, way too early, and she also didn't reciprocate that. But yeah, I guess I really decided to marry Bree after I graduated from college, and a couple years passed, and then it just kind of felt right. So that's when I seriously started, looking at rings.